Hey everyone, welcome to the Libra Lounge with Keisha. As you can see, I have two guests this evening. We have multi-talented. Let me see if I get it right. Okay, because he's going to pay me $5 per thing that I get correctly. Okay. Playwright, director,
Talk to him.
singer, dancer, alcoholic,
Absolutely.
Wow.
former crackhead,
Yeah, I did that on Wednesdays.
Wow.
and occasionally a little bit of heroin.
Yeah, that was only on every other Tuesday.
Okay. This is Bryan-Keith Wilson, you guys.
Hey, y'all.
My God. Come on, look at me. Come on. I'm up
Here
next.
we go.
It's because your mouth just never
I'm
stops.
sorry. I apologize.
This is one of Brian's kids. Oh, I'm sorry, cast members from his play.
These are my children.
This
They're
is
my children.
Marvin Young.
It is. It is me. How
His middle name is Never Quiet.
Wow.
Yes.
The disrespect.
But
is
welcome
real.
to the Libra Lounge, Marvin.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Excited
having
to be
me
here.
Before we get started, we have to give a shout out to our show sponsor, The Million Harris. Right now, if you go to her website, www.themillionharris.com, use my discount code Libra20, you can save 20% off your purchase. Did you guys know she not only sells hair bundles, but mink lashes?
Absolutely. I have some.
Yes, that's how I got my husband, was with mink lashes. You know what I mean?
lashes.
Yeah. Mink skincare also. Did I tell you about the
And
skincare?
men's products.
Yes, hair products for the whole family, including beard products. Producer James uses her products too.
Okay.
And he's a beard product snob. So don't forget, and make sure you follow The Million Harris on Facebook and Instagram. All righty. So we are officially in our new studio. A lot of you guys did not know, but the Libra Lounge studio was actually in my house. But I never really announced that because I don't want y'all trying to break into my house and steal my shit. But now we have our own studio, and you guys are officially the first video podcast guest that we have. So
History. This is awesome.
But when y'all leave, we're
Excited.
gonna make sure y'all didn't steal anything because y'all
Marvin
know how
does
black
that.
folks are.
Yeah, they do.
Cannot be trusted at all.
Watch your
So,
stuff.
if you are a friend of the Libra Lounge, you know what time it is. It's time for the gap.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty. So, if you follow me on social media, everybody knows that I have been all over this. I don't even know what to call it. This whole Jussie Smollett thing.
It's called fuckery.
Foolishness. I that's how light-skinned black people act, though.
They do.
They do shit like that. They just lie for no reasons. Us darkies, we act right because we know what can happen to us. He just out there just lying, filing false police reports, all kinds of shit. So let's just go back through the timeline, all right? So what was it? Maybe 3 weeks ago, you know, Black History Month started and
Ruined.
yeah. After this, they're officially we get no more Black History
We
Month.
got to pick another month.
Basically, yeah. So they already gave us the shortest damn month, but Jussie done ruined that. So, okay, Jussie was in Chicago, 2 a.m. in the morning,
Yes.
cold Chicago. He's hungry, so he
Way
goes to
below
Subway.
zero.
Yeah. If it's way below zero, I'm keeping my black ass in the house. But that's just me. But
True.
Jussie said he needed a Subway, a foot long. So, you know, you go get you a foot long. So on his way, when he's coming out of the restaurant, he's attacked. You know what? That's where we went wrong. Because first of all, that wasn't really an attack. He got like a bruise on his face and like a cracked rib.
No cracked rib.
They beat him up.
It was fractured.
They beat him up.
No,
Just
it
bruises.
wasn't really a beat up.
They beat him up.
I mean, what I'm gonna do to you after the show will be more of an attack.
But if we go back to the Robin Roberts,
Mm-hmm.
Good Morning America
Mhm.
thing,
When he was on there crying, fake crying, the actor
I
cried.
mean, that was a great scene.
Mhm.
So, but the thing is, if you go back and you pull the transcript, which I did,
Yeah, go
I'm
figure.
sure. I'm sure.
because I'm about words, you know, so I read it.
Uh-huh.
The transcript said,
Brian, were you drunk when you read it though?
I was.
Oh Lord! See, that's how shit gets started. But go ahead and tell it. Tell it.
But the thing is, the transcript said verbatim,
Uh-huh.
it was under a minute of the attack.
Uh-huh.
I was hit once.
Okay.
I hit back. And because they didn't think I was going to respond with a hit,
Mm-hmm.
they got frazzled and ran.
Okay, so
End quote.
I will also add, if
Producer
you watch
James?
the video,
yes.
he still held on to his Subway.
His food.
And no one gets their ass kicked and carries their sandwich home.
Well, fat people do stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's something I would have done. I would have kept holding my sandwich. That's still important.
It's out.
Okay, so as we all know, Jussie Smollett was attacked by two men with masks on who called him a nigger faggot. One.
Empire nigger faggot.
Yes. And then they said that they were part of the whole Make America Great Again movement. All right.
Gang.
So, of course, everyone's like, oh, my gosh, did you hear what happened to Jussie? Everyone's sympathizing with him, saying, oh, we hope they catch these guys. All right. So as time goes on, some really kind of odd things started to happen. Case in point, a couple of days later, he flew to California for a performance. Not me. I'm sorry. I would have still actually been in the hospital with an IV hooked up to me.
But because there's a thing that happens in a true hate crime.
Double hate crime.
Let's go to a double hate crime. Let's go back to the history of hate crimes. We think of like Matthew Shepard. We think of like Amadou Diallo. We think about all of those things that are true hate crimes.
Right.
There is a thing called PTSD.
Correct.
That happens amidst something like that. Yes, no? So I don't think I want to go anywhere.
No.
I think I want to. Matter of fact, I think I want to go back to my hometown where my mom
is, where my dad is,
so that way I can be with the people that truly can protect me.
Right.
And matter of fact, you know what? I'm taking a sabbatical from a lot of things.
Yes.
I'm going to lose some money. And I'm really going to become a recluse.
Yes. That's what a lot of people would have done. I mean, I would have been at my mom's house in the bed, snot crying, and trying to learn, and trying to figure out how to do yoga, get a little namaste in my life.
Yeah.
But not Jussie. Jussie went to California and did a performance.
Actions.
All right. Now here's the next step in it. Okay. So police were like, look, we really need to get your phone records because Jussie says that he was on the phone with one of the producers or one of the writers from Empire. So they just wanted to verify all that. It took Jussie 2 weeks. Not 1 week, but 2 weeks to turn that in to the police. That would have been like the first thing that I would have done. Like, okay, anything to help you catch these mofos, here it is. But Jussie turned in a PDF file. So the police immediately said, look, we can't accept this. This could have been modified. So the police subpoenaed his phone records. And guess what?
Everything.
That's when this whole thing about these two big ass Nigerian brothers, and I'm not saying like, hey,
beautiful, though.
Brother. Oh yeah, they.
Wait, where's these pictures?
Oh, you're not gay. You don't need to see them.
No, I'm not. That's not what I meant. Let's get that clear. I didn't.
Do you not follow the Libra Lounge with Keisha on
saying,
social media?
I'm gonna get up on game.
Until you do, go sit over there next to producer James. Okay, so these two Nigerian brothers who happen to be extras on Empire, all of a sudden everyone's talking about them. Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all saw the picture of these two guys, but they were about the color of this right here.
They were
like
blurple.
Blurple. Blue-black.
Blurple.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, Jussie said the two white men attacked him, okay? So, let's just fast forward to this week. Motherfucker was lying the whole goddamn time. He set this whole thing up, paid these guys because he thought that his role on Empire was being watered down. Or potentially he was going to get written off of the show. Well, guess what now, Justin? Your ass will officially be written off the damn show. Not to mention, kindergartners could have pulled off a better attack. I mean, they just fucked up from start to finish.
Right.
Come on,
I mean,
Jussie.
nothing was done right. And you can't trust Nigerians.
Jussie.
You just can't trust Nigerians.
I want Nigerians to come see for Colored Boyz. I can trust them.
But buy your tickets first. Don't come there talking about you want a ticket. You need to purchase your ticket first.
Eventbrite.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks.
So Jussie, basically, the case is going to the grand jury next week, and
That's horrible.
Yeah, so he was scheduled to be in 9 episodes of Empire. They slashed that down to 4, not just 4, but he's basically just one of the people in the room.
Wow.
He was supposed to have a bit musical number. Not
It's
no
all
more.
gone.
It's all gone.
That's the power of singing.
All I can say is thank God he's light skinned and got a good grade of hair. So maybe there's a little bit of hope that he can kind of save his career. You don't think so?
There's no bounce back from this. I think, just for me and my whole purpose of it all, anytime someone's a victim, I'm going to believe you.
Absolutely.
I'm going to believe you all the way to the end. And I still have that want for this whole situation.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
We do.
But when things are presented itself, like I was telling you, I said, when things, Miss Linda Baker, I got this
Hi,
from
Linda.
her.
Hi.
Miss Linda.
Tell Miss Linda hi.
Hey, Miss
You
Linda.
rude.
How are you, boo?
You
You
rude.
all right?
I
When
always-
someone gives a shout out, you supposed to shout out the
Yeah,
person
hey.
too.
What's up there?
Okay.
You
Hey,
know?
Miss Linda.
Linda, hey.
But I always go back to what she said. She said, when things don't add up, subtract yourself.
Yeah.
Subtract yourself.
And things
Yeah.
aren't adding up. And but I still want to have that
Yeah.
hope for it all.
Mhm.
Just because, like you said, it fucks up Black History Month for
It
us.
really did.
But it also fucks up a whole lot more.
It did, because I even have to be nice to producer James now, because I feel like all Black people are in the doghouse right now.
I mean,
So
it's
I've
almost
been
like
nice to him.
it's
and
almost
just-
like to where we got to go pick cotton for like
It
30 days.
really
That's
do.
tough.
Yes, I feel like I need to go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow and get one of those cotton little wreaths that we were all protesting against.
That's
I
tough.
remember
I
when
think
they
I
brought
just
them
need
to
to
the
go
store.
ahead and buy
Yeah,
one
you
and
gotta
hang
buy
it on
one
the
now.
door for the rest of the month.
That's
Thanks
tough.
a lot, Jesse.
Like I got to go clean somebody's house.
Yeah.
next month.
mhm,
I mean,
yeah.
it's really bad.
It
It's
is.
horrible.
I just feel like, damn, we can't bitch about nothing for like a good month. And I like to bitch. I mean, I'm like a bitch professional.
But also, they're going to add more than that. So we're saying a good month. They're going to say a good year.
I don't know if
Like
I
you
can
don't
do
have.
a year.
They're going to say you don't have nothing to say for the next 12 months
I think I may have to catch a flight with those two Nigerian brothers back to Nigeria.
because they were trying to go back.
Yes, they were. I would have been trying to go. Literally, they was trying to go back to Africa. I mean,
Wouldn't you?
yes, I would. I would.
I'm trying to get
But
out
the
of here.
boys, I mean, the faces weren't all that, but the bodies, oh my God.
Where's the
Banging.
where these pictures come from?
Well, if you followed the Libra Lounge with Keisha on Instagram and Facebook, you'd have the picture.
Hi everybody.
Moving
How
right
y'all
along. So, this past Sunday was the season premiere of Don't Be Tardy with Kim Zolciak Bierman. Did you guys watch it? I know you didn't. So this.
doing?
I-
Get me out of that one.
I love this word. I perused it.
Wait, what does that mean? You can't just go over that word and not explain. Perused it? What does that
I
mean?
looked it over.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Could have just said that.
So, of course, I'm all about Bravo TV, so I watched Don't Be Tardy. Here's the thing. I have been a fan of Kim since the very first episode of The Real House of Atlanta. But slowly but surely over time, she's almost unrecognizable.
She doesn't look the same.
No,
And
not at all.
But I love wig though.
Because in a former life, I was a gay man who happened to be a drag queen. So I love it.
Wait
but
a
she's gone
minute.
too far. Have you seen her lips? They look like two sausages.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Is that
Yeah.
the one that was married to the Atlanta football player?
Yes, Cora Bierman.
I'm
Yes.
on game. I'm here, people. I'm here. I've
We
arrived.
talked his language when there was a small mention
I
of
remember
possible
that part.
football.
That's it.
Okay, so here's the thing. So the week before the premiere of the show, Kim Zolciak announced that she and her two daughters, Brielle and Ariana, started a makeup line.
Right.
All right, so basically it's kind of like they want to be Kardashians because I know she's tight with Khloe. So I don't know, but I don't know if you guys saw this. Brielle posted a picture. It was kind of like a little profile picture where she has on one of the lip glosses that they do. Oh my God, what were those?
Those were soup coolers.
Yeah, they really, really were. It was horrible. And I felt so bad because, Brielle's such a cute girl. She's got dimples and all of this, but she keeps plumping up her lips.
She's a beautiful girl,
Yeah.
And I think that
Following in her
following
mom's
after
footsteps.
your mom's
Yeah.
footsteps, you look at your mom, you look at your mom's standard of beauty.
Yes.
And your mom isn't teaching you that you are enough.
Mhm.
So you need to go get Restylane fillers and whatever else that you might need.
But at such a young age, even the daughter
she's not even
Ariana.
20.
I
Wait, the
think.
daughter got work done too?
Yeah, so she's got two daughters. Brielle is 21, and then
she's
she has
21.
Ariana, who's 16, same age as my daughter. But now Ariana, I mean, they all look like they're 40.
Wow.
Well, Kim looks look 45, but
That's
she's
crazy.
40. But they wear so much makeup, and trust and believe I'm all about makeup. But these two young girls, enjoy your youth, your smooth, fresh skin. You can go out the house without anything and just look sun-kissed. You don't have to be like me. You got to put on, cake it all on, got to bake it all on, put the eyelashes on. They all actually look just alike. And Kim thinks it's really cute, but they look plastic.
When I saw that picture and I saw the lips, and I just thought, I'm like, this is a young girl.
Right.
And this is a young girl that's, you said 21, so she's
Yeah.
under 25.
Right.
One, it's not even needed.
No, not at all.
Two, she looks foolish.
She does. She looks crazy.
Yeah, and because she's so young, and she doesn't even need that. But then, like when I even looked more so at the pictures of her as a young girl,
right?
She doesn't even. It's like, who is this person?
Right. Yeah. Totally different. She's Kim Jr.
Yeah.
I mean, her lips. Okay, so when you're boiling sausages, and that point right before it pops. Those are her lips. That is what her lips look like.
Just got weird, people. Just got weird.
Of course, now they're coming out with this cosmetic line, and I want to say one of the colors sold out within the first 24 hours. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, wow, we are. It's like you're rewarding bad behavior a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you shouldn't be doing these things, but we're still going to buy whatever your products are. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's hard for people like me to have a daughter and you try to teach them about embracing your beauty, your size. Yes, you can make improvements, but some stuff you just don't need to touch. And there was nothing wrong with you, Brielle. Beautiful. Whatever it is that you're doing to your lips, scale it back like a lot. Mm-hmm. All right. So what's next? Okay. So do you guys know about Marie Kondo?
No, know who that is.
Okay, so Marie Kondo, everyone's talking about, maybe it's just white people who are talking. Yeah, it's mostly white people that are talking about Marie Kondo. So she has this show on Netflix called, what is it called, Producer James?
I think it's called Tidying Up.
Tidying Up. Okay, so I'm a hot mess. Producer James is borderline OCD about things. So we were like, okay, haha, let's watch this show. I didn't even make it through half of the episode. I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. So she has this theory about being organized, but you're supposed to go through your things, pick it up, and say, does this spark joy in my life? And if it doesn't, you're supposed to get rid of it.
Girl.
Okay. So, but a lot of people love her organizational skills, which they are on point, but I'm just kind of like, throw it in a drawer. Producer James does all of our laundry. So I don't fold laundry. I don't hang up laundry. So none of the shit that Marie Kondo talks about is of interest to me. But I will say this, that people are saying it's time to Marie Kondo your social media. That I understand. Okay, here's an example. Have you ever been scrolling through your social media page, your news feed, and you see someone, you're like, ugh, everything they post is so fucking dumb. But you just keep scrolling. Then the next day you come, there's that person again. You're like, ugh, like you really ask yourself, why do I follow them?
Does this bring joy?
Does this person spark joy? Here's the thing. Yes, you should be able to Marie Kondo your social media. And I thought about it for myself. I'm like, that person never likes any of the stuff that I post. I never like any of the stuff that they post. Why are we following each other on social media?
I've deleted something. I Marie Kondo'd my shit before I knew what Marie Kondo was.
Yes, wow. You need to do it because, here lately, especially when I get on Facebook, it is just such a drag. And I'm not talking about a drag race. It is a drag. I'm like, people just come on here to complain, talk shit about someone without talking shit about them, and the missing people and puppies that are lost.
That missing people, okay.
Yes.
That missing
it's
people.
Like, it's crazy.
It's getting out of control.
But then also it's like my niece, Tamika. Hey
Tamika. What's up, boo? How are you?
She posted a picture of a young lady that was missing or whatnot or whatever. And then immediately, like within 2 minutes of her posting it, someone was like, oh, that's fake, y'all.
Okay, so I'm going to piggyback off what you said because I do repost. Okay, I know people are going to think I'm completely racist, but I'm not. I'm not.
Clearly.
So I usually only will repost a missing person if they're a person of color or they're a male.
Oh, wow.
Because they don't get as much attention as white females do.
Right.
But this is what really gets on my nerves. It's that people don't actually click on the article before they post it. A lot of the times I click on there and I'm like, the person's been found like 10 years ago. Yep. Why are we posting this again? Like 10 years, that person is like 25 right now.
They're found.
Yes, people are too lazy to actually click on there to see the updates on it. Right. So yes, I encourage you, as well as myself, which I've started. I started on Instagram.
Good job,
to clean up your social media. If it's someone you have no interest in their life, if it's someone on there always talking negativity, just get rid of them. It's not like they're going to get an alert saying, Keisha Holman Owens deleted you off Facebook today.
I wish they would, though.
I know, cause you messy.
You just
I
want
wish
Cause
they
you
would.
messy.
I am.
He likes drama.
He likes that
Yes,
confrontation.
I wish they. I wish
he
they
wants
would.
somebody to call him, say, "So why did you delete me, Bryan-Keith?"
That'll be a field day for him.
Yes,
I
he
would
would
love
love
it.
that. He would dedicate a whole
Because guess what?
week
My
to that
question's
shit.
gonna be next.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you? I can come and tell you why.
See what I'm
God,
saying?
There it is.
Some people just like to fight. There's just some people
confrontation.
like to fight. I'm just saying.
Wow.
All right. So when we get back from this break, we're gonna talk to Bryan-Keith Wilson and Marvin Young
Get it
about
together.
their upcoming play for Colored Boyz on the verge of a breakdown.
A nervous breakdown.
A nervous, not just a regular breakdown,
Nervous.
a nervous
We
breakdown.
nervous.
You don't know about that nervous breakdown?
Mm-hmm.
When freedom just ain't enough.
Ain't enough.
We'll be right back. So during the break, Bryan-Keith Wilson over here was doing a Jussie Smollett. That's just what I'm gonna start calling lies now. He told a Jussie.
You told Jesse.
He told a Jussie.
I like that.
Ooh, you did
He
it,
is
Jesse.
claiming that he is no longer gonna drink whiskey for how long? After tonight.
Yeah,
How long?
until Sunday.
That's not gonna work.
Impossible.
That's
But I did not say I was not going to have Fresca and vodka.
But no whiskey. So, you
Mm-mm.
know, he's just telling lots of Jussies over here.
That's not going to
I'm just saying.
I don't believe none of that.
Okay.
But
we'll see.
I'm going to let you each officially introduce yourselves to the Libra Lounge audience. Marvin, let's start with you.
Why not?
Alrighty.
Hello there, Libra Lounge. This is Marvin Young. I am an actor in
Really?
the upcoming.
never would have guessed
the
that.
upcoming production called. Yeah, you
He
you
ain't
just
gonna
said
get it
it
right.
So I don't want to mess it up.
You know
But I'll play the character of Man in Black.
For Colored Boyz
Talk to him.
on the verge
Of
a nervous breakdown.
Nervous breakdown.
When freedom
Ain't
ain't
enough.
enough. You don't get fired because you don't even know the name of the
No,
play.
I knew it. I just didn't want to mess up the whole thing.
You should have messed it up if you're a cast member.
I should have. I should just went on 100% wrong way.
Is your introduction done?
Well, no. Well, see, what I
Oh.
like, what I like to do in my spare time, people.
Okay.
I like just to relax. Sometimes just take a chill pill and just think.
Production, cue
And,
music.
And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic. Cause sometimes I can talk, and yeah, God is good.
All the time.
That's all I had.
Are you sure?
And another thing,
I
you
didn't
know what
think
was
so.
crazy? I didn't
I
know
didn't think
about the
he
Jesse
was.
story. Like I heard.
Wait,
Like, the
first his name is
discrepancies.
not Jesse.
What is it?
Jussie.
Same difference. Y'all knew
Jussie.
who I
Like
was
just a
talking about.
lie that nigga telling.
It was a lot going on. I just wanted to, to put my disclaimer out there. I'm with you, brother.
Oh, so you
He
with
didn't
him?
know any of the facts of the story, period,
It's
at
not
all.
important. It's not important.
I'm
That's all I got.
So this weekend, Bryan-Keith Wilson is going to be holding an open audition
What are you
to replace
doing?
the man in black, because you may need to let him go.
resumes.
I don't think he gonna do right. I
Send
really
resumes,
don't.
please.
Just
Send them on.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to
Send
the
me
Libra Lounge,
resumes.
Marvin.
Thank you. I appreciate the invitation.
I really didn't invite you. Your
did?
director did.
Wow. You gonna say that on the air for them to know?
Yeah, Jesse.
Jesse.
All right,
It's
Jesse.
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 It's
Jesse. Okay. Next thing you know, he gonna say his last name was Jackson. Jesse Jackson.
Rainbow Push Coalition.
I'm just like, wow. Just
sorry, James.
Woo. So
Oh my
next time
God.
y'all do an interview, you need to have like little cards for him, telling him exact. Well, first of all, a card with the name of the play on there, so he can.
I knew
First
the name
off-
of the play. I just, I didn't want to mess it up because it's a nervous breakdown of being free.
America. Keisha, start asking your questions to me now.
All right, so Brian, it's not very often that a guest really has me laughing, but this boy is a fool. He just says random shit.
Oh my God.
He says
Oh, no.
random
Woo!
shit, but
Oh,
the
no.
rehearsal process,
Oh.
when we start talking about Greek stuff,
Oh my God. Really? This is where you're going?
Does he know all?
but
of
you
it?
didn't know the title of the play.
But he knows Greek mythology.
No, not Greek mythology.
Oh, okay.
Black Greek stuff, which Marvin is not a part of, right?
So like the fraternity
I'm
stuff.
not, I have no
Absolutely.
affiliation.
Oh, okay.
I have no affiliation.
Mm-hmm.
Hoorah.
I think he just likes to talk.
Hoorah! So are you a naval?
That's a marine.
that's military.
That's the
Marine.
marine.
So he claim
Never mind.
He pulling all kinds of sets
Yeah,
tonight.
let's just leave that alone.
I feel like I've lost control, so let me try to bring
Bring it
everything
on
on
back.
back. Okay.
Bring it on back.
All right. Before freedom wasn't enough.
It ain't.
All right. So to my right, we have singer,
Well, here she goes.
writer,
Wow.
I'm blessed. I'm thankful.
dancer, playwright.
Come on now.
Snob extraordinaire.
I
Wow.
am.
The Bryan-Keith Wilson.
Thank you
Hey,
for
come
having.
on now.
First of all, I'm just thankful to be a part of the
If you don't
service.
stop that damn clapping,
I figured that was needed. Okay.
you would think a clap sound was going on up there. Or something
applaud,
like that.
and
Yes.
there's a whole studio audience, which there will be. 'Cause I'm claiming it.
There we go. We put it up.
You know.
If we ever
We're gonna
get
have
through
a
this
whole
interview.
studio. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brian,
Yes, ma'am.
which you guys, Brian's been on the show before.
I'm a friend of the show. I'm
He's
really
a friend of the
excited.
Libra Lounge.
So I'm loving this.
But he is bringing the theater to Houston.
You know, okay. So Houston is the 4th largest city in our country, right?
Mhm.
Is that correct, Jamie?
I know, let's fact check that with Marvin.
It may
I wanna
be
say
almost a
it's
third,
the
brother. I
fourth,
think
it's the
we
4th
beat out
largest city in
Chicago.
America, right?
I think
Okay.
we beat out Chicago.
The white guy
Um,
said yes, so it must be right.
So we have a great theater scene here in Houston.
Mhm.
We do.
You know, we have Tuts.
hmm
We have, of course, Houston Ballet. We have Houston
Mhm.
Grand Opera. We have some of the best regional theater here in our country.
hmm
And a lot of Tony Awards have come out of being originated here in the city of Houston.
Right.
So the city of Houston, I think, is very much so slept on in the theater community.
hmm
You can go right now into the Alley Theater
hmm
and see a Tony Award in a box
Wow.
because a show originated there.
Right.
A lot of people don't know, but Beauty and the Beast, which is the Beauty and the Beast the musical,
hmm
originated here in Houston.
Did not know that.
Jekyll and Hyde the musical originated here in Houston.
hmm
So Houston has such a deep vein within the body of theater,
hmm
and a lot of people people sleep on theater here in Houston.
Yes, they do. But I love going. I love taking my daughter to the theater.
Yeah,
It's a requirement in our household, actually, that you
Mine
have
too.
to see so many productions per year. So you've kind of described the Houston theater scene, but I wanted to ask you both, when did you first discover your love for theater?
Oh, wow. I first actually, shout out to Renee Rivon. Shawana, girl, I love you, girl. She's my acting coach. She actually got me into theater because I didn't want to do theater at all. I
Really?
just wanted to do film. That was kind of my thing.
I knew it had something to do with talking.
You know, I'm going to use that. Got to use the voice box.
Mhm.
But anyway, anywho, I got into it because I realized I had a voice and I had a presence and I knew how to be comfortable, I guess, in front of a crowd. So I used those things. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I sound intelligent. So,
Well, how about you just go back to answering the question? Let's
so
start
the question
there.
was how I got into theater.
When did you discover your love for theater?
Cue music.
In all seriousness, no. I actually, my very first show I did, Miss Evers Boys, last year.
great piece.
Very great piece. And
I'm glad you remember the title.
I did. And I
3 words, though.
Just the whole, I guess, the process. Shout out to Auric and
I
and
love
Auric.
Ari.
my guys,
Hey!
yeah, BTC Theater. They gave
They
me
changed
a
the
shot.
name.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
Sankofa Collective.
I can't pronounce the name.
The
new name.
Sankofa Collective.
Sankofa
Collective.
Collective.
Yes.
Is that Nigerian, like the Nigerian boys?
It's West
that beat up
African.
Oh, it's West
West
African.
African.
It's
Okay.
West African.
okay.
And we'll talk about Adinkra
Okay.
later at
All right.
another time.
Okay.
But
Did
they
you say
gave me-
Mandingo?
Adinkra.
Oh, I thought you said Mandingo.
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 I always have dick on the
All
brain.
right. This
Hey,
got
come on.
weird.
I love that song.
This got weird. Anyway, so going back, so yeah, they gave me a shot, and
Okay.
I fell in love with it ever since because they actually kind of had it to where it was structural learning,
Mhm.
and from the top to bottom, they just showed me how exactly a show should be done and how important it is to learn lines.
Auric does have a
Hello.
reputation for teaching
You know, yeah.
as
so,
he's directing.
you know,
Yes.
so now I took a lot of what Renee taught me and applied it into that show, and Auric actually took it to another level. So I'm very grateful for you, brother. I appreciate you. And
Absolutely.
from then on, I wanted more. We did like, I want to say 8 or 9 shows, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get some more of this.
Right.
So-
You got the acting bug.
That's it.
So, Brian, I know you've been acting since you came out the womb of Mrs. Wilson.
My mommy.
Yes, because you've done television and
Miss
lots
Wilson.
of stage. You did Sesame Street.
Yes.
The
tour.
So when you better Google him.
I didn't know that.
So when did you say, you know what, I really, because you have a resume that's a mile long, but when did you say I need to come back and really focus on theater?
Theater is the be all and end all here when it comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Macbeth moment, by the way.
I knew it was coming.
Little Shakespeare for y'all
Yeah,
tonight.
little Shakespeare.
Little Shakespeare.
It is. I have a career that expands into many different genres,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes down to the essence of my DNA, it is the theater. And there's not many mediums outside of dance where you're in a space breathing air with the audience
Mm-hmm.
and the actor. And I think that's just there's something religious about that moment,
Right.
to be able to be in a space with the actor and the audience.
Mhm.
The theater is a place where you don't get cut
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and don't get a redo.
Yeah.
The theater is about the moment.
Right.
Absolutely.
And isn't that life?
Yeah.
Isn't our
Mhm.
daily life about the moment?
Yes.
Absolutely.
It is what you have right then in the moment. And that's the one thing I love about the theater. The theater isn't produced for like television, which I love TV. I love TV. I've done TV. But one thing I love about theater, I call theater the meat and potatoes of acting.
That sounds
And
good right
you-
now. Meat and potato sounds good because I'm
you
hungry.
really
Wait a minute.
you can't step into the theater
Talk that.
and be someone that just think, okay, I'm just gonna step in because of my looks,
Mm, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
or my,
Absolutely.
or something superficial. When you step into the theater, you have to have a understanding of acting.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think in our world, and especially I've seen a lot of people that, oh, I want to be in theater. No, not so much theater. I just want to be in acting because
Right.
of Denzel,
Mhm.
or because of Meryl Streep,
Right.
or because of Lupita Nyong'o,
Mhm.
all these people. But when you Google these people and you look at their resume,
They-
you will
yeah.
see they come from
Theater.
theater
Right.
programs.
Yeah.
And I think it misses me, especially within the production process, because I get these people coming in that are auditioning because they see Lupitas, they see Denzels, and that's what they want to be, but they don't understand their walk
Right.
Mhm.
and where they've been and where they're gone. So my thing is, if you can get a true understanding of the theater,
Mm-hmm.
and when I say the theater,
The
I mean
theater.
the brass tacks of
Right.
theater.
Mhm.
If you get that, my mom always told me, she said, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
I have to say before we go on to the next question that sitting here listening to you speak, it's like Sidney Poitier, James Earl Jones, and Morgan Freeman had a love child. That's your voice.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Like
Yeah.
a little bit of Black Velvet.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
True, true.
And I think because it's just a love affair that I've had with this thing.
We can tell by the way you said the
Mhm.
theater.
Mhm.
It's just
The
it's a love.
theater.
It's 35
Mhm.
years. It's 35 years.
You just really
of a
telling your
love
age,
affair.
huh?
I'm 40 and I love it. I love every
Me too.
aspect.
We
of
young
it.
over here. I'm gonna scoot over here. That's
He's
where the
only
old
20.
folks, the
But
old
no,
people sit over there.
I am 40, but I started when I was 5, and 5 is when I entered into my first dance class with Barbara Jean Crow. All of us in the Galveston County area know who Barbara Jean Crow is.
Hey, Bob.
She's dead.
Hey, boo. How are you?
Rest in peace. R.I.P.
dead.
Oh, sorry.
But
Rest in peace.
Anywho, but the thing is,
Awkward.
starting at 5, you walk into the room and you start a regimented understanding of this game.
He gonna kill us after the
I am
show.
gonna kill y'all. And her
He
kids,
said R.I.P.
but her kids are still alive, and I know that they're watching.
Oh,
R.I.H..
hey, kid. They watching right now?
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry,
R.I.H..
y'all.
Yes.
Yo, oh.
Oh, okay.
To be
The legendary.
that
Yes.
to be absent in the body is
It's
to be
present.
present with the Lord.
Absolutely.
Hallelujah. I just wanted to get that out.
Wow.
Did he just say
Yeah,
to
he
be
did.
abstinent in the
Yeah,
body?
he did.
Okay, I just want to make sure I caught that.
Producer
wasn't
James,
sure.
you didn't have to call out the guest like that.
He
You know
did.
what I
doing
mean?
real time spell check-in over here.
Abstinent.
And
But like he said
Absolutely.
earlier, he sounds intelligent.
I said absent. That's it.
Intelligently
it comes out
stupid.
wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it really comes out.
And he sounds intelligently stupid.
Hey,
yes,
it
yes,
comes
yes,
out.
yes.
However you get it, is you got it.
Yes.
That's how
he kind of sounds like when Mike Tyson tries to use a bunch of big words to
Yeah.
make himself sound smart, but it's
Jesse
still coming out of
Jackson.
this voice.
You know, Jesse Jackson be making up words.
Yes.
No, not real at all.
Jesse Jackson, not Jussie Jackson. Just so
Jesse.
you don't get them confused. Okay.
Jussie and Jesse.
All right. So, because we can go all night just playing off of each
We
other,
can.
as you can see.
We can.
But Bryan has done something extraordinary. He has taken a choreo poem book
Mhm.
that was, what is the word that I'm looking for? Produced? Released? Yes.
Published.
Published. That's the word.
That's the word.
Published.
Published.
I just could not.
And she
I
ain't had no whiskey.
I
I just. Ugh.
didn't know where you was going. I was kind of
Yeah,
nervous.
yeah. Published. Thank
Published.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So you've taken that
Yeah.
and you're bringing it to the stage.
Right.
Tell us about For Colored Boyz.
Okay, so For Colored Boyz has been a project 5 years in the making.
That's how long I've known you,
Yeah.
and I've never not heard about For Colored Boyz.
Wait,
Yeah.
y'all only known each other for 5 years?
Yeah, isn't it weird? I know, right? It's like we've been lifelong friends.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
So 5 years in the making. It started. It started when Michael Brown was killed, and anyone that follows my writing knows that I'm a playwright. I've written 10 plus plays. I'm a theater critic for BroadwayWorld.com. I'm a journalist. That's my body of work when it comes to writing. So poetry, I have an affinity and a love for poetry, but it's never been my work to sit down. I'm going to write a poem because shit. At the end of the day, my extended poem was roses are red, violets are blue. I love you. Do you love me too? That's poetry.
And
for
do
me.
what you do.
And do what you do. Do.
Yeah.
And so that's my understanding of poetry in my brain. But then so as a person that just wants to be a vessel for the work period, and that's what it's about. It's about the work. And when you understand that it's about the work, then all types of shit starts to happen that you don't even realize or understand. And so I was sitting there, Michael Brown's stuff was going on, and I just started. I'm not a politician. I don't want to be one. I don't want to be a mayor. I don't want to be any shit like that. I just want to be an artist and create. So I just started releasing creatively. And then 40 poems later, that I had to sit back and look. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You write poetry.
Right.
40.
That's a lot.
That's
And
crazy.
we've cut 40 down to 30 for the show. And so it's really been a 5-year experience. Y'all were at the first reading.
Yes, we
that
were.
happened in February. Oh my God. This is year 5. This month is February 22nd because that's the day we got Othello.
Yes, little Othello.
That's the day that we got Othello.
And
that
he's
night coming home,
badass.
his little black badass.
Yes.
My little black Maltese at home with my mommy. So 5 years in the making and a workshop process. A lot of times, especially here in this, I don't know. A lot of times people create work and it's like, okay, let me write a play Monday and rehearse it Tuesday through Sunday and then produce it the next day. That I'm not that good. I'm just not that great of a playwright. I have to follow the footsteps of the people that I deem to be the golden grail of theater. I look at August Wilson. I look at Ntozake Shange. I look at Lorraine Hansberry. I look at Lynn Nottage. I look at Susan Laurie Parks. I look at their process. And their process is to write the work, but workshop it. And 5 years has been the workshop process. Now, mind you, 5 years plus this workshop process that we're doing now, because it's totally different than being a book that someone can pick up and read to now actually living it and putting breath into the project. And that's where
Right.
we're at now. That's what we are doing with Marvin and the 4 other gentlemen that are in this piece. And it's definitely a process. A process. I'm sorry, a process.
I'm so glad you messed up on a word because it makes it look a little bit better when I messed up and couldn't remember the word published.
And if, for me, of course, my words that I stumble over. So
No, you just make up completely foreign words. You
that's neither here or
blend,
there.
you just say whatever you think and like
don't we all?
Freshika.
Don't we all?
No.
No, sometimes we think things and we process a
I
little
process
bit,
it.
and
I think
that was
then
a moment
you
we-
decide if
That
you
was a moment
should
we
or should
have
not.
came together
Oh,
collectively.
Oh
Yes.
yes, we do that as well.
We
brother.
do.
Appreciate
So
y'all.
Marvin, let me ask you, what made you decide to audition for Colored Boyz?
What made me audition? I always like to stay busy.
Mm.
And I have a real good friend that's the assistant director by the name of Yaya. She actually reached out.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
We
Yaya.
giving shout outs all night
I
tonight.
love
Hey,
me some
Yaya.
Yaya,
Love
baby.
me some Yaya.
Is that her real name?
Her government
Her
name
government name?
is Yarna Keisha.
Ooh.
Oh, so she's a Keisha too.
I didn't know that.
I didn't- Yarna Keisha.
Yarna Keisha.
God dang.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Woo!
She gonna kill you.
Yeah, she gonna kill you.
Yeah, she gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
she
she-
loves it too. She
Yarna Keisha.
Well, she has no choice.
Oh God.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
invited me. She recommended that I go and audition because I worked with her when we did a show called Kill Move Paradise back in February.
That I reviewed for
Yes,
BroadwayWorld.com.
he did. Thank you, Brian. So she recommended I go and audition, and I did it. And I did not read what I should have read.
Why is that not a surprise?
That this is a choral poem,
Mm-hmm.
which requires dance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to be honest.
Let's
and say
rephrase. It requires movement.
it requires movement.
There we go.
So I'm going to be honest with myself and say, had I known this,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would have went audition because I'm no dancer at all.
That's correct, because I've seen your moves.
And right.
Yeah.
You see what I do.
Yeah.
So, but going through the process,
Kind
I'm
of dance like an
happy.
epileptic. What is it? What is the disease?
Epilepsy?
Yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah. That's how your dance moves are.
all right, that's okay. That's a little offensive.
I'm sorry.
But it's all right. So, but going through the process,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually happy that I did because I've learned so much, and we're not even. I wouldn't say we're even halfway through even really playing the way we want to with the piece yet. But I'm so happy I took on the opportunity because I've learned so much, not only from a dance perspective, but just as far as you can see how passionate he is about theater.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been dropping these gems and talking to us and, just pretty much going along with us through this whole process. And I'm really grateful I took on the task. I went ahead and auditioned for it because I've gotten more than I thought I was going to get out of this whole thing. Because, after I figured out I was going to be dancing, I was already freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got to the piece and started reading it, and the whole thing is dope. He's definitely stretching me. Because every project I do, I want to be stretched or pushed to a different level in my acting. So, and this is definitely something that's doing that.
So, Brian, if you had to describe for Colored Boyz in 2 sentences, like no one has ever heard of this, and you've got to not convince them, but let them know what it's about to pique their interest to come and see the show. How would you describe it?
It's the story of 5 black men navigating through the world, knowing that it is a white world, telling their stories authentically, unapologetically black.
Okay, so let me ask you, since you are the playwright and you're also the director, how did it feel the very first time after you went through the audition process and you selected the actors? How did it feel the first time you heard them speak your words?
The first time that I heard them, well, that's not the first time because
You've had other,
we've
yes,
had
yes,
workshops.
yes.
We have
Mhm,
2 workshops
mhm.
processes.
But this group, knowing that this is the crew, the
it's
production,
personal. It
yes.
becomes personal. It became more surreal, and for me, understanding that this is not a workshop process anymore.
Right.
This is it.
Yes.
And one of the actors that I am thankful for, that's in the show.
It's gonna be very embarrassing if he doesn't say your name.
I
Yes, it's just I don't know if it's gonna be Marvin. I don't know.
I'm sitting here looking at it.
It's just gonna be awkward. Let's just, as soon as he says that person's name, just let it flow.
Right. Just
Okay.
let it go on.
Okay.
See what happens.
Hot
Okay.
seat don't do shit for me, so I'm gonna tell you the truth. It does nothing for Bryan-Keith Wilson, honey. But one of the actors that I really, really appreciated in the work in the audition process was Amir Diamond.
That's not your name. That's not your name at all.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of times actors walk into the space of audition not knowing what's gonna happen.
Kind of like somebody didn't know they had to dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. That happens sometimes.
And you can see when the actor walks into the space that they've had time with the material. And I've been in this game a minute. And that's why and I told Marvin this about his audition. When he walked into the room, I could smell him.
What you was smelling like?
Not that.
It was not even that.
Was it like Doritos or something? What'd you smell?
He's about to blow your mind.
It wasn't even anything like that, but I could just smell him as a person, as an individual, as an actor, as a black man and his insecurities. I could smell it. I could taste it. It was tangible. It was within, and I could see that. But also, that was a moment when I said, "I gotta work with this nigga." And when actors walk into the space, that's why when you are, especially my young people that are auditioning and wanting to get into the theater business, you have to make sure that when you walk into the space, you're walking into the space the most authentic you. In that moment that you can be. Because honey, let me tell you, when you've been in this game 35 years and people that have been in it longer than that, they can tell when you're trying to come in with the tricks, flicks, and all the other stuff. We can smell it, we can see, and then we know immediately, yes, she killed it. She sang so many great high notes, but I don't want to work with her. I don't want to work with him.
Right.
It's just that something. I don't know what it is, but I don't.
Yeah.
And so you see that when you walk into the room, and you see that especially people behind the table. And you've been behind the table auditions, know the process, and you can be like, okay, she good, but
there's just something.
There's something.
Yeah.
And I saw that about every one of them. And let's not get it twisted.
Right.
About everyone that's cast, because we had over 54 people audition for this show. And in Houston,
that's a lot.
That's a lot of black men.
Yeah.
And that have talent.
Yeah. Right.
So we've had over 54 men that physically audition and send in video. And out of 54, I only picked 5, and we have 3 understudies.
So y'all must have smelled good.
Wow, I feel blessed now.
Yeah,
I didn't know
at
that.
the 54.
I didn't know that.
So before we go into this break, since we're talking about how people smell and how they taste, I just hope that when I walk into a room, people are like, she smells like Dolce & Gabbana blue.
She smells like Pringles sour cream.
And producer James says I taste like candy.
Ooh.
All right, we'll be back with more Bryan-Keith Wilson and Marvin Young after this break. Hey guys, it's Keisha, the host of the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast and web series. If you follow me on social media, you know that the Million Harris is one of the sponsors of the show. I've told you all about the great hair products for both men and women that they have, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to actually see some of their hair bundles. Here they are. What I did was I ordered both 20 and 22-inch Malaysian bundles and a frontal from the Million Harris and took them to my stylist and had her make this unit. Yes, this is actually a lace front unit made from the bundles I purchased at the Million Harris. I usually don't wear this much hair extensions, nor do I wear it this long, but I really, really love it. The hair feels amazing. It looks great. I've been getting compliments everywhere that I go. So make sure to go to her website or stop by the shop and get your order on. She's got hair products, bundles, and mink lashes. Make sure to use my discount code Libra20 for 20% off your total purchase. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha. I've got two very special guests in the studio with me this evening. You know, I've been introducing him first, so I'm going to say your name first. We have actor
Come on now.
Marvin Young,
Hey there.
and we have screenwriter and director, choreographer. What else did he pay me to say? Dancer, trap queen.
Yes.
Strip on the low.
Bryan-Keith Wilson, and we are talking about the upcoming production for Colored Boyz on the verge of a nervous breakdown when freedom just ain't enough.
Ain't enough.
Ain't enough.
It ain't enough, okay?
Yeah.
All right. We're not saying nothing that starts with J-U, period.
Not for the next 12
Because
months.
Jussie we can't say nothing that starts with J-U. So,
can't. We
yeah.
forbid it.
So we actually, it was originally in the title, but we took it out because of Jussie,
So
right?
you can't get no juice.
No,
Nothing.
no juice. No. All right. So let me ask you, Brian, you dibble and dabble in a lot of things.
Mhm.
How do you balance it all? Because you've got a dance team,
Mhm.
you've got a play in production. I know you're still doing reviews for BroadwayWorld.com.
Yes.
What else? How do you balance it all?
It's all about time management.
Mm.
It's not easy,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but it comes down to departmentalizing.
Yes.
You deal with what you have to deal with when you have to deal with it.
Right.
And deadlines, meeting those deadlines, especially working with BroadwayWorld.com. As a journalist, you have to meet deadlines. Period.
Right.
There's no explanation with that. But I think the biggest thing is compartmentalizing and dealing with things right then and there that you have to deal with, and meeting your deadlines and time management. It's
Right.
not easy. It's not hard. I loathe and have a disdain for someone that says that they're busy.
Right.
So like, what the fuck you think I'm doing, sitting at home looking at the wall,
Yeah.
doing
Eating bonbons.
yeah, like, or playing bid whist or something.
Yeah.
So everyone is busy. Everyone has something going on. But it's about time management,
Yeah.
managing your time, because there's 24 hours in a day. There's a lot that can be done in a day.
Yeah.
It's about how you manage your time, and a
Yeah.
lot can be done.
Yeah. Or you can marry a white guy and he does a lot of stuff for you. That's what I did.
That's weird.
James,
Yeah.
That's weird.
Hey,
Where-
producer James.
looking.
Hey, but you know what? I had something about, because I was just thinking about that recently. Why did God actually set it up that way, where He gave us 24 hours out the day? It's really a lot about discipline too. Like, you really have to be disciplined with and like you said, the whole managing of the time thing.
So God,
I don't know if God
has
actually
anything to
did
do with
that. I
time.
don't think
I'm
that
just-
he
but
was
that-
the one. I
Well,
don't
maybe
think he did that.
Well, let me do this. Let me say
I think
this.
It
time
might
is
have
something.
been
Son-
Moses or somebody, but it
Maybe
wasn't
his cousins.
God.
Girl, it was Tasha.
It was some cousins.
Now,
I
wait,
don't know.
I guess
Because
where I'm going with that, maybe sun up and sundown, night and day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's maybe, let me fix it that way, because maybe he didn't come up with the numbers and all that. You're absolutely right, but
now
yeah.
you know how certain things just make me want to sing, and he said night and day, and you know what that made me think. I can tell you how I feel about you night and day. How I
What
feel
y'all know about that before y'all
about you.
time?
Oh, Al, be sure.
That's before your time. What y'all know
No,
about
that
that?
was during our time.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
sir.
that was elementary school.
Yeah.
It was during our time.
Light skin. That's what light
Yes,
skin
with
was
good
in.
hair and a unibrow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, so let me ask y'all, because I, of course, and I don't want to give too much away to the audience, because we want you guys to immediately after the show go and purchase your ticket
Absolutely.
and be there
Absolutely.
on opening night. But since I have heard the readings, are either of you afraid that for Colored Boyz it's going to be labeled as something that's just for angry black men?
Actually, I'm happy you said that, because that's something I was trying not to have my role be displayed as, because I have a lot of moments where I am angry.
Mm-hmm.
But those anger moments are, I guess, spiked by what this man has had to live through. And I didn't want that to be, he's just an angry man throughout the play, because there are some happy moments that some that I do talk about. But not even really that. It's just like I have to. It's like when going through all that we've gone through, you have to find the funny in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to have a place where you at least smile and, from not going crazy. So that's some of the work that I've put into it so far. That I try to find some of those tender moments where I can at least breathe and not be so angry all the time.
Because we do live in a society that has labeled black men as angry,
Right.
And women.
And a lot of it is not so much anger, but frustrations and feeling that you're misunderstood. So being that these are your words, how would you feel if someone, they see the play and all that they take away from it was, oh, it's just a bunch of angry black men?
Well, if that's where you are, then that's where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's what you see, then that's what you see. I know that as a black man in 2019, I am angry, but I'm also many other things. And if that's what your choice is as a critic, as a theater goer, as a patron or whatever, then so be it. But I know at the end of the day, just like the show is called For Colored Boyz, when we think about the word color, we think about spectrum, and we think about a broad range of many things. Black men, period, people of color, everyone, there's such a broad range within a scope of our emotion and everything else. And of course, because black men have been labeled angry, have been labeled, mythical creatures,
violent, yes,
and all this other stuff. So people are going to take what they want to take from it,
right?
And one thing that I've always said, and I take this from my professors growing up from my professors in college, art does not become art until the people speak on it. So whatever people say about it, that's them. That's fine, and I take that out. Like I write in my reviews, I always say that this is my 2 cents. You spend it how you may, and that's what it's gonna be. But I want people to speak on it. If that's all you see, then you didn't see the Man in Orange piece when we're talking about the great time of the 60s when kids were going to sock hops and enjoying each other. We're not even talking about the great moments like in the Harlem Renaissance, when we're talking about those wonderful upward moments in our culture. So if you don't see that, then you're choosing to come to the play looking for,
you're ready, you're looking just for that.
So it's up to the theater goer. When you walk into the room, it's up to us to change your ideals and mindset of what's going on and what you think about men of color, and so be it. We go from there.
So let me ask you, this is for both of you, if you could star in any play production, what would it be and why?
You go Bryan first on that one.
That means he don't know the answer.
I have no idea.
I guess for me, because of right now, because we're doing such a pithy work, I need the complete opposite. So the show that I would want to do right now, which would challenge all of my wonderful musical theater training, would be Aladdin the musical, playing the genie, which I know I can sing it and dance it. So I'd be very much so willing to take on that role.
I'm going to piggyback off of what you just said, because the live action movie of Aladdin is coming and Will Smith plays the genie. He just looks scary painted blue. I don't know why they did that. I get it, people aren't blue, but maybe they should have just, CGI'd that character. It just looks funny. It looks, I don't know.
Well, what I love about the Broadway musical, great friend of mine, James Monroe Iglehart, who won the Tony for the role of the genie on Broadway, he wasn't blue, he was brown.
See what I mean? I think Will.
He wore a blue costume.
Yeah.
But he was not blue. They didn't paint him blue every night like they paint Elphaba green.
Yeah.
They didn't paint him blue every night. He was a bald-headed black guy.
I wish they would have done that to Will. I don't know. I guess we'll see. All right. So you would play the genie. Have you had time to contemplate?
Yeah, I think I would probably play one of the August Wilson's play Fences. I would be what's the role Denzel
His
played?
son or Troy Maxon?
I'll play Troy. I would play Troy. That is and it's challenging for me, but I like challenges. So yeah, I would give that a shot.
That would be a great young.
So here's one for you both.
Yeah.
If For Colored Boyz had a music soundtrack, name the artist who would be on that soundtrack.
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. If you had to pick one of his songs to be on the soundtrack, what would it be?
How much a dollar costs.
Okay.
We're gonna be all right. Well, just all right. That's the name of the title of the song. And then institutionalized.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Marvin says Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. Because For Colored Boyz was written with music in mind.
Of course.
And as you come to the theater and as you see all of the great movement, the music, it's inspired by music, period, from beginning to end. But I had to think about an artist that had he didn't have influence. I don't credit him in the work at all. But I was thinking about Common. And the song "The Light." I've been jamming that all day today.
Okay.
Nice too, yeah.
So Common would be on your soundtrack.
Common would be on my soundtrack along with oh my gosh,
I will put Ice Cube on there too.
Ice Cube. Okay.
What's the kid? He's not a kid. He's a grown ass man. He was in Cadillac Records.
For my time.
Crap.
I know one song from that soundtrack because it's one of my favorite songs, and it's by Solange Knowles. It's called 6 O'Clock Blues.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs. I just love it, love it, love it, love it.
Solange.
Yes, I love that song. I don't think that she gets enough credit at
She
all
doesn't.
for her
She's underrated.
talents. Yeah, she's
Very
very
much
underrated. And I think Beyonce's very overrated, but that's another show for another day. And Brian already rolled his eyes from me. So let me ask you, a lot of producer James has one. Okay.
I had a song.
Oh, go
Yes,
ahead,
what you
white
got?
person.
Howlin' Wolf, Going Down Slow.
Yeah.
I don't think
Also-
That's from Cadillac Records. Chess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not that song,
Yeah.
but listen to that song and you'll know.
you
what
think
I
it
mean.
goes with the
Also,
Yes.
crazy thing about Cadillac Records, which I just found out from my mom, Little Walter is my cousin.
Oh. Hey, little Walter.
He's
The
dead.
Walter.
R.I.P.
God.
R.I.H.
Gee
Yes,
whiz.
yes, yeah. I'm just not going to say hi to nobody
Yeah,
else
just
except
think we're just gonna
Brian.
leave
So-
that
I'll just say
No.
I'll make sure that I do
Please
a
do.
preamble.
It needs a disclaimer or something
There
like
has to
that.
be a preamble.
Because this is getting embarrassing.
Because I mean, we had a flow that we were giving shout outs to people,
Good.
but you kind of messing up that flow.
Really?
Okay, so especially in the African American community, the theater has a horrible stigma of being quote unquote white
Yeah.
and quote unquote gay. How do you think that people coming to see this production, how that's going to change that stigma a little bit?
I think because For Colored Boyz is a choreo poem and it's definitely influenced by music. When a millennial come into the theater and they sit down and they listen to especially the pre-show soundtrack that I have going into the opening number of the opening moment of the show, they're going to be instantly connected because of the music. But because it's such a right now show that I don't think that one being of color, straight, coming to this show will have a problem at all, because a lot of the issues and a lot of the things that we address in For Colored Boyz are dealing with many young men of color. And if you are a young man of color, regardless of if you go to the theater or not, this should be a moment for when this should be more so be the moment where we're trying to bring those young men into the theater.
Right.
Because this is a moment where we can educate, but also for them to be able to see people that look like them and people who are them going through these things, and they're able to see themselves, on this, not on TV, but right there
Or
in front
on
of
stage,
them, on stage in front of them, going through these things. So, I really hope that people think outside of the box, people that, especially the way we're trying to do our opening night. Our opening night is really geared towards Houston and everything Houston. We're wanting people to come.
Talking about It's So
Trill, all of that stuff
from
and,
the H.
and come to the theater. And we've been doing a lot of radio interview interviews, in those markets, because we're trying to bring in that audience, because our young men need to see this.
Right.
And even more so, I remember we were in a rehearsal and we were talking about even white men,
Mm-hmm.
white people. They need to see this, because I remember as a young kid going to see Diary of Anne Frank, and it even more so made me it made me more apathetic
Right.
to the struggle of our Jewish brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we as a people don't need to always flock to
The norm
the
of what we're
norm
used
of what
to.
we're used to.
Uh-huh.
And I encourage our white brothers and sisters to come out and see this show, because at the end of the day, we're all on this little old earth trying to coexist together.
Right.
And we're trying to learn about each other and open your minds. I even posted a video about Don Lemon's story about him coming out and all that. And of course, a lot of my straight Christian friends didn't, like or look at the video, and I didn't expect them to, because their minds are that small, and that's where they are. And so I know that those are some of the people that might not come to the show, which I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I want the people.
Zero fucks given.
I really don't, because if that's where you are, then stay where you are.
Yeah.
But I do want people that are questioning and want to know, and not so much, abandon their religious beliefs or abandon the things that they believe, but I want people to come to the theater with a heart of understanding, and I want to know more about what's going on in our world, specifically with Black men.
Well, as a young, white, gay, Catholic boy myself,
Absolutely.
I would like to know when and where is For Colored Boyz debuting?
Colored Boyz has a world premiere on March 29th, Friday, March 29th, Houston, Texas, at Rice University and the Lois Childs Theater within the Moody Performance Arts Center.
Excellent.
How white can you get?
You can't get much whiter than that. I mean, that is producer James White.
That's like white.
Yes. Okay, so before we go into our break, let me ask you both, if you could have anyone, past or present, to be on the front row on opening night, who would it be, Marvin?
Oh, wow.
I already know your answer.
Gee whiz. It would definitely be my grandmother.
Okay.
Una V. Young.
Is this past or present?
Pass.
So we're going to say R.I.P.?
R.I.P.
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 Okay.
Pass. She passed in 2009, I want to say. I may be mistaken, but yeah, she actually used to call me Lorenz Tate all the time.
Oh.
And when I got into acting, she was the first person I thought about, because it's kind of something it was kind of like something I wanted to just try, see if I can do it. And I found out I was pretty good at it and just kept going with it. But she would always call me Lorenz Tate, and yeah, I immediately thought of her. So yeah.
All right, Lorenz.
Yeah.
Bryan-Keith.
Of course, my daddy. Who has been the biggest cheerleader in the world of this whole theater thing for me. A lot of people would think your mom. My mom wanted to be a doctor,
right?
But still, my mom has always been a cheerleader. So definitely my dad.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, he's gonna be there. So
Right.
That's the one thing about me and death. I don't believe in that whole they're gone, which you wish. No,
Right.
they're there. There's
Right.
something there. I'm my dad's DNA, so
Right.
he's still there. But I have to go back to my reasoning for this whole thing of me being in theater arts, and it would have to be August Wilson and Ntozake Shange. Ntozake Shange, who is the woman who coined the phrase Koyo poem in 1974 with her monumental work for colored girls who have considered suicide when the rainbow is enough. If that piece would not have been, this piece would not be.
Right.
And so I definitely would want to see her. And even actually we were workshopping, she gave me the thumbs up of saying, just write it, do it. And so it's being done. I would definitely want to see August Wilson, who is a cousin in my head, and
a lot of people love making people cousins.
I know, because that's my last name. We have the same last name.
Mhm.
That's my play cousin, and he light skinned too.
Okay.
Lighter.
Light.
But August Wilson and Ntozake Shange. Those would be the two people that I think that they have a seat in the theater already. But those would be the people that I would want to see physically, just to sit back and watch their reaction as the show starts.
Okay. So when we get back from this break, we're going to have Bryan and Marvin give us all of the contact information for you to follow them for Colored Boyz on social media, how to get your tickets, upcoming gigs, when they're going on tour, and all that good stuff. And of course, we're going to award the Bitch Please of the Week. We'll be right back. All right. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in this evening. I also want to remind you that right now, the Million Harris has a sale going on. You can get hair care products and skincare products for only $10. Mm-hmm. So make sure you go to her website, www.themillionharris.com, place your order. If by chance you decide to get you some hair bundles, make sure when you're checking out to use my discount code Libra20 and save 20% off your purchase. All right. So tell us everything for Colored Boyz, how we can get tickets, opening night, tour, how to follow you guys on social media, and go.
We are so excited about our opening night, which is March 29th and 30th. That's Friday and Saturday. We have two shows on Saturday, 2 p.m., 8 p.m., and then we open the next weekend, the April 5th and 6th, Friday and Saturday, two shows on Saturday. You can get your tickets on 4, Colored Boyz, BOYZ.com. And if you hashtag for Colored Boyz, BOYZ on any of your social media, some of that stuff is going to come up. So you can get your tickets there. Eventbrite, I tag about it. It's all on Keisha stuff. Mm-hmm. So you're able to get that. But also, we're really excited about coming to your city. Mm-hmm. We are looking at we're bringing for Colored Boyz to preview A&M the weekend of April 12th, I think. That's the following weekend of the show that we're doing here in Houston. And then we're going to come back, rehearse a little bit. Then we're going to Austin. We go to Austin. Austin will be opening the first 2 weekends of July, the first weekend of July and second weekend of July. That's the weekend after 4th of July. Then come back. We're going to be going to Dallas. We're going to Atlanta. We're going to Chicago. And we're hopefully praying for an off-Broadway place in New York City.
Yeah.
That would be fabulous.
That's our I don't want to say our endpoint, because my mom was even talking about Canada and London. So,
of course,
because there are colored people there too.
Of course.
And that's my mom's thing. So I'll talk to my mommy about that. But that's what we're doing. We really want to make sure that we hit a lot of the major markets here in the States. Looking at going to even Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. I'm putting this out there now. The Waco Theater. Mama Tina Lawson, who owns the Waco Theater. I want to come and do my show there.
Beyonce, tell your mom.
I want to do my show there.
Brian wants to do his show.
It's opening here in Houston, and it's a good show. But I want to do my show in your theater. So I'm telling you this now, Mama Tina, and I'll be contacting you soon.
Oh, expect that phone call. Okay, so if people want to follow you guys on social media, how can they find you?
For me, it's at Literary Prince and at For Colored Boyz, BRYZ.
Don't forget the Z.
Yeah.
Don't spell it right with the S.
For me on Instagram, I can be followed at I am Marvin Young, and also on Facebook, Marvin Jermaine Young. And also I do real estate, people. So if you know anyone that actually wants to buy or sell any type of real estate, I can also be followed on Marvin Young Realtor on Instagram, and as well as on Facebook, Marvin Young Realtor. I would love to be your realtor.
Now you know we charge for people to put bugs like that,
commercial,
right?
wasn't it?
It's out there.
But there's editing though.
Yeah, we can edit it out.
Don't edit it.
Just write the check out.
Just leave
to the Libra Lounge for Keisha before you leave.
Go ahead, black
man.
You can't
sweet talk producer James. Okay, so it is time to award the Bitch Please of the Week.
Oh, here we go.
Here it is. Wow.
So speaking of Austin, there's a little boy. I'm not going to even say his name because he's young and innocent, but I am giving his parents the Bitch Please of the Week. Here's why.
Uh-oh.
So this young man, James, how old is he? 10 10 years old, 10, 12, 7. Okay, so I'm an entrepreneur, so I appreciate the fact that he has an entrepreneurial spirit about him. So 7-year-old little boy decided that he was going to sell hot chocolate. Okay, how much was it, producer James? $2 a cup of hot chocolate. He doesn't know. That's why he gets fired so often from the show. When I say something wrong, I expect for you to be whispering my name in the corner saying, Keisha, that's not right. This is what it is. So anywho, he's selling hot chocolate. And from, let me see, as of Friday, he'd raised $2,000. And then as of this Monday, he has raised $5,000 for selling hot chocolate. That's pretty impressive. That's great. But all of that money is being donated towards Trump's move to build a border wall.
Come on, buddy.
Little boy's parents.
Come on.
Because I'm not going to say this baby's name because they already calling him Little Hitler. And I kind of feel bad for him.
Oh,
That's terrible.
But his parents, no, they are goddamn wrong for that. Look, me and producer James were in Austin not too long ago, and there's a whole bunch of homeless people there.
That's terrible.
Why wouldn't you donate that to them? Why wouldn't you donate it to, I don't know, a nonprofit agency? I don't know, maybe donate it to a library. I don't know, maybe donate it to, the efforts to get all the little puppies off the street and shit like that.
Shriners, burners.
Yes. Why would you not encourage your child to do that? Instead, now you got all these people all over social media making fun of your kid, calling them Lil Hitler.
That's terrible.
LH. That's what they're going to start calling him by the end of the week. I mean, what up, LH? Y'all know he probably going to get beat up at school.
He can't go back to school.
You know what? He going to be in the corner over there with Jussie. That's what it is. Just over there with Jussie. Can't do nothing. So I don't blame this baby. You know what? That was cute. But you know what? They petty as hell, though. For like 50 cents extra, you could get a large marshmallow called Nancy Pelosi to melt in the hot chocolate. That's extra.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And then you could get little marshmallows. Those were the Beatos for free. Ain't that some shit right there? Petty as hell. So, little boy, keep that spirit in you. But next time you decide to raise funds and donate them, send that check over to me. I need it. I need some new hair.
She can split it with me. I need it for the
yeah,
show.
just
Marvin
send it to
could use
us.
that.
We
I
can
could
really use that.
Yeah.
Trump doesn't need that money
At all.
That's why your parents, for giving you bad advice, get the bitch please of the week. All right, everybody. I just want to remind you guys to make sure you subscribe to the Libra Lounge with Keisha's YouTube page and iTunes. Hold on, let me get it right because I don't want producer James to tell me I got it wrong. Go to TuneIn app. Mark us as one of your favorites. Download the podcast app. Give us a 5-star review. I would just absolutely love that. But make sure to subscribe to my blog at www.libralounge.net and follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter. I want to thank my guests tonight, the Bryan-Keith Wilson and Marvin Young, who officially knows all about the Jussie Smollett case, right?
Now.
So you can go to work tomorrow. You can tell people, guess what I heard? So make sure you go and get your tickets for Colored Boyz.
Yes.
On the verge of not just a breakdown, a nervous breakdown.
That's right.
When freedom ain't
enough.
It used to be just ain't enough, but since we're not saying no Jew,
can't do
no
no
JU words because of Jussie. When freedom ain't enough,
enough.
we hope to see you guys during the opening weekend of the play.
Absolutely.
And make sure to follow these guys on social media. And love to you all. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
Peace and love.
Bye.